A very good morning to class 9 students, and the chapter which we are going to start is mathematical library methods. Okay, so mathematical library methods means in mathematics we use different type of formulas to solve our problems, but here in the Java programming the methods are the program modules. Okay, they are predefined inside the library of a Java program. It is built by a program builder, so you just need to put values and find out the sum. So there are different methods which we use in the calculations of some of our arithmetical calculations or mathematical calculation in a Java programming. While writing a Java programming, we come across some of the formulas we have to use, or to find the square root, to find the cube, to find the maximum, to find the minimum, or to differentiate between the two decimal number. Okay, so in this case we use this type of methods, and it's in chapter number 6 of class 9 ICSE syllabus. So we are moving on to the first method. Okay, so first of all, mathematical method. Okay, this is method. You can write it down that methods are predefined program module. Okay, so it is already defined inside the library of the computer system, so it's not a big deal, but it's already defined. So we just need to how to use this functions. There are different type of functions. Like the first function we are going to discuss about is math.min. Math.min. I think it's not visible, so let's make it visible. Math.min. Okay, and it is very essential for us to write a method within a opening bracket and a closing bracket, these two brackets. Okay, now this becomes a method. Anything which is written along with a opening and a closing bracket is known as a method. So the first method we are going to discuss about is a maths.min. Maths.min. So I have declared two numbers out here. For example, I have declared in the program, this is a box where we are going to describe each and every method. In a program, I have declared int a equals to 10 and b equals to 11. So we know that both the numbers are integer. Both the numbers are integers, and the output will be also a integer. So how to use this to find a minimum among these two numbers using a method? So we can simply write it down. Out here we can write it down. System.out.println, and inside this also we can write it down math.min, and within the bracket we need to write this 10 comma 11. Only this much we have to do, and among these two, which is the smallest number, and 10 is the minimum number, so the output will be 10. So this way we can differentiate among the two numbers. If a number is a positive number, it's a decimal number, if both of them are decimal number, the output will come in the form of decimal. The another way to define it is we can use one third variable. We can use int c equals to math.min and the output among a comma b. So it's already given a comma b, means the value of a and b are already given. So you can write it down out here either a comma b, or you can write it down 10 comma 11. So the output is c. So finally the output what you get, system.out.println, you can print c also, and the output you are going to get is 10. So this way we use this min function, maths.min, to find the minimum among the two numbers. So the next function which we are going to use is the maximum function, max function, that is math.max. Similar thing out here. If there are two numbers and say int c equals to math.max, within the bracket there are two numbers 5 and 6. So So as we know which is the biggest number, we know that 6 is the biggest number. So the value of C will come how much? 6. So this method is used to find the maximum among the two numbers in a Java program. Maths.max. So next, a very important thing out here is this one, math.pow. So the pow is a short form of a power. If you have to find a power of any number, so we can simply write it down out here. The example which we can write it down is that in C, if we are declaring C equals to math.pow, and we are writing it down out here, if it's a number x comma 2, that means the output will be in the form of x squared. Okay, the output means what? X squared. So if we take any value for x, for example we are taking 6. That means the output for 6 will be 3. This will be 6 into 6, that will give you 36. So we know that when we have to find a power of a number, we just need to write the number which we are finding, and the power should be written on the left hand side from my side, and from your side it should be in the right hand side. So this side, a number and a power. Okay, this should be a number, this should be a number, and this should be a power. What power you want? It can be 3 also, 4 also. Got it? So next very important thing which we have to find is this one, square root. The next function is maths.square root. So if you have to find a square root of any number, like for example maths.sqrt, and within the bracket if you write 16, okay, the output will come how much? 4. We know that the square root of 16 is how much? 4. So this is a basic to find the square root of a number. This is the function, this is the method which we are going to use to find the square root of the number. So next similar thing is the cube root. The same way we are going to use a cube root. I am going to explain more when we come for some programs. When we do some programs, we are going to explain each and everything in a better way. Next, then we have got maths.log. If we want to find a log value of a particular number, we use this function. Then maths.abs stands for absolute value. Sometimes there are two decimal numbers given and we need to find the absolute value. So this time we are going to use this method. Next we have got maths.round. Maths.round means a rounding of any decimal number, like 2.5. If we are writing 2.5 out here, what will be the round off? The round off will be 6. But if it is 2.3 out here, the round will be 2. Okay, now next is ceiling and floor. Very important thing, maths.ceil and maths.floor. Ceil means the higher limit of a number and floor means the lowest limit of a number. But this two deals with what? These two values deals with a decimal number. When we have comparing between, like I am writing it down out here, I am writing it down. Ceiling number means I am writing it down. .3. So the ceiling of the number will be how much? 6.7 if I am writing it down. So the highest value of the number will be 7. And floor, if I am writing it down out here, 6.3. The floor of the number will be 6. So to find the highest, but it should be 0.5 above and 0.5 less to find the values. If it is more than 0.5, then automatically it will be 7. So these are some of the methods which we are going to use in further programmings. These are some of the methods. These are the program modules which are predefined. Just need to put this method wherever we want to find these things, like minimum value, maximum value, power, square root, cube root, or a log value, some absolute value, round off of a decimal number, to find a ceiling of a decimal number, and to find the floor value of a decimal number. So these are some of the methods which we are going to use in the program. So now we are going to discuss about one program. Write a program to find the area of a circle using some of the mathematical function. So first of all, what we are going to do, since as I have said before, we are using scanner, so it's necessary for us to write the package input java.util.start and semicolon. After that, since we are finding class, you can write any name. I will write out here circle. Okay, then we are moving on to the public static void main. So this is the main method of the program, args, arguments. So since we are using a package out here, util scanner package, so we are going to create a scanner class, scanner, scanner, any name. As I said, sc equals to new scanner and system.in. So now we have created a scanner class. So the further important thing is for us to declare some variables. Since we are finding the area of a circle, and we should know that the area of a circle means what? Pi r square. So this is the formula. So we need to first put the value of pi, that is 32/7, in one of the number, or 3.14 what we say in one of the values. So let's declare one variable out here, int pi. We can write it down pie, pi. Okay, we can write p also, and we can give it as a 3.14 value. Next, we are going to declare double what? Area. Double area means whatever we are going to find, it should be in a form of a decimal number. So that's why I have declared it as double. We can declare it as float also. So double A. And next thing is the radius. So what you have to declare out here? Radius. So let's take the radius as integer only, int r. So this is the value which we are going to take it from the keyboard. So that's why I have used a scanner class. So I have got pi. I know the value of pi. I just want the value of radius. That means you just need to take the value of radius and find the area of a circle. So out here what you can do, so I write the short form out here, system.out.println. You can write it down, enter the radius. Now how to enter the radius? Since we have declared this radius in the form of integer, so we can write it down out here, r equals to sc dot next int. So this is the way to take the value of integer from the keyboard. Next thing out here, we have got the radius. Now a very important thing for us to find the area. So what we can do out here is, we can simply write it down. We know A will be storing the value of area, so write it down, A equals to pi. Pi means what? PIE, pi. The value will be taken from this one automatically. We just don't need to write 3.14. It will be taken it from PIE itself. So pi r square. So into r square means what? You can use this formula, maths dot power and r comma 2. R comma 2. So this way, pi r square, this maths dot power is the method which we are using to find the square of the radius. And this will be multiplied with the pi. Pi means how much? 3.14, and ultimately the area, the value of the area which you are finding is going to store in A. And now what you have to print? You have to print this A. So at the last you can print it down out here, system.out.println. You can write it down, area equals to what? Plus A. Since this A is storing the value of A, so I wrote it out here, plus. And finally you have to close the method and close the class. So this is the method we are using to find the square of a number. So even